Hello everyone! Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I am Isaac Umbras, and today we are in Enthusia Professional Racing, where we get to drive probably a whole bunch of Japanese cars, maybe a few European cars, but definitely a whole bunch of Japanese cars tonight, starting with finishing up the Z33, the Nissan 350Z. Beautiful machine. And let's dive right in. Welcome Ford Shelby GT, hope you're well. Welcome everybody coming in the chat. Hope everyone is good. Happy Thursday. It is a great Thursday. And we got a good selection of cars lined up. We got this, and then immediately afterwards we got the Toyota Sports 800. Very, very good vehicle. Oh man, what a good timing. Yeah, I know. Great timing. Ow, hi. Just a little bit of a nudge there. Just a little bit of a nudge. But we got this. We more than got this. Nice and smooth through the corners. Carry the speed with a lovely Z. We also got the Ford T-Bird ahead of us. Getting some Ford racing vibes ahead. But now we are good. Once we get to the straight, I gotta adjust my volume on my headset. I'm coming in just a little bit loud. The gate's coming in just a little bit loud as well, so I'm gonna adjust that when I have a straightaway ahead. Well, I can kind of take one hand off of the controller. Once we get into the tunnel, pretty much. There we go. All right. Yeah, there we go. That is better. Takes it just a little bit of the edge off. And today was an interesting day. Got to see a beautiful FC RX-7 convertible. Pretty rare in the States. Only about 10,000 total were sent to the States. And it was in absolutely gorgeous condition today in downtown Baltimore. So that was really cool. Well, welcome, Adachi. Just got home. Welcome home. Great timing, man. Good to see you. Ow, we rear-ended. I just stopped playing schedule when the shoot started. Hey, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Whoop. A little bit of a curb hop. Thankfully, it doesn't count as its track limits, so that is good. Oh yeah, the Z up into the lead. Lap 105. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a longer race, but I'm okay with that. Because we got this wonderful Z, and honestly, like, it matches like the regional colors very well. Like the orange suits the Bergen structure course really well. Welcome, Mr. Cool Dude. What's up, Isaac? How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I had an interesting day today. Had his doctor's appointment down in Baltimore. Just to see the neck specialist and everything. Like, just kind of regular, like, checking, make sure I'm healing up and all that stuff. And, yeah, it was pretty fun. I got to stop at this old kind of Greek-style deli as well. Got some nice grilled turkey club sandwich. And I got to see a beautiful convertible FCRX-7 earlier today. And then I went back to work because I only took a half day off. And I was doing a lot of integration work on systems. So that was fun, a lot of hands-on stuff. Beautiful day today as well. Very, very gorgeous fall weather. The leaves are starting to change color. You know, starting to get some of the oranges, the reds, the yellows, and everything. Not like full-on like vibrant yet. Like that's probably been about 5 to 10 days where we'll get like peak, you know, fall leaves, I think. Although with the very, very hot earlier fall, that may change things a little bit. I'm already starting to see some of them kind of turn kind of like the kind of dry brown color. So we will see soon. Unlocking new customers, nice. Hopefully the cartel is not giving you too much issue with that. Not that actually. Ford Shelby GT. My mind is. Like I said, I've been crazy busy though between work and everything else, but I'm doing good. Kind of a nice grease down on the brakes. There we go. There we go. Just smooth through the high-speed town section, out into the countryside again. Absolutely blast through. Oh gosh. Alright, little bit deep in the brakes. My cat messed up Discord. Oh no! How did your cat mess up Discord? How did your kitty mess up the Discord? Aw, silly kitty. By the way, about the Benzies cartel. Uh-oh, what happened to the cartel? Did you destroy them? Did you go full Walter White on them and just destroy them from the inside out? Had over 200 keys pressed. Based. Based cat. such a silly bean. I made some tuna melts tonight for dinner. And the cat, as soon as we opened the can, she's like, oh, tuna! Yes, I want some. Human, remember how cuddly and cute I am? Let me nuzzle your leg. I know you're trying to cook, but give me some tuna, please. So I gave her a little bit of tuna. She's such a she's so spoiled, but she is a sweetheart. Like I absolutely love my kitty. Is stealing some of your customers? I think it's time then that you cause a little bit of a supply chain disruption for them. You know, see if you can't torch some of their product. Was dirtying up some fresh sheets, fighting with it back. Bruh. Oh, silly kitty. Silly little bean. The cutest little bean is. I just. Kitties are so cute. Animals in general, like I absolutely love animals. Except for geese. I don't like geese. Geese are just aggressive and mean. They're very Canadian. The heck? Boots and Nishu hanging about too. Boots keeps trying to get into the house. Ah, the outside kitties. Yes. Oh man. And I just absolutely love animals. Like this one of the guys I work with, he has a service dog and everything. And during lunch, like the dog's kind of like partially off duty. Just because him and I eat lunch together anyway, like our desks are literally like right next to each other. So like I'm allowed to pet the dog then. And he's such a good boy. Oh, he's a good dog. He is such a good dog. He's an older dog. He's like 12 or 13. But he's a good dog. He is the best boy. I may have to like get some like dog snacks if that'd be okay with the guy I work with. I'd have to see. But he's such a good dog. Like, he's so friendly. He stole your things. However, when the Benzies cartel start to attack my dealers, they can... Oh, whoops. Like, took your things! Yeah, at that point, you need to go, like, full assault, you know? Sabotage. Find out where they do their things. And just, like, full on, like, you know... all-out warfare, you know? If you can get like explosives, I don't know too much about Schedule 1, but if you can, you know, kind of stealth your way in, plant explosives and stuff like that on some of the like the facilities, and then blow it sky high, that'd be the way to do it. Or if they have like a weed farm or whatever, like just go in with like the flamethrower and just, you know, just absolutely torch it. Torch a section and then run. Just keep doing hit and run tactics like every night, you know. And if you can't, you know, take out a couple guards as well each time, you know, break their morale. That'd be the way to do it. Just keep on, you know, it's hurting their supply lines. Because the more you hurt them, I imagine, like, you know, the more they, you know, the harder it is for them to make product out, the more money they have to spend and everything. And you may be able to completely kind of like bankrupt them. Which is the way to do it. Go around the outside. Oh, that was smooth through the hairpin. And this will get us to level 10. Or in the 350Z. Another of the sporty cars. Getting ever closer to completion. I gotta eventually get that BMW M1, but that may end up being literally the last car where we get to level 10. I still need to do the RS race to get that one. It's, I believe, the very first of the four-wheel drive challenges, so we need to get a four-wheel drive car soon. The dealers have weapons to defend themselves. Yeah, but you don't always want them to just only defend themselves. Sometimes you want to go in the full attack. Because if you always want to defense, they will little by little, you know, hunt you down and kind of weaken your operation. You gotta send a message. Send their boss a severed horse's head to make sure he knows you ain't playing. Ah, nice. Alright, that was good. That was a good run. That was a very good run. Alright, next up. Wait, yeah, I do want sporty, actually. I want to keep it sporty. We got the Toyota Sports 800, 44 horsepower from this little engine. Oh, it is so cute as well. Little air-cooled Boxer 2 cylinder. Oh, this is such a cute little car. Let's do it. Let's get it. Alright, we can either get it in red or silver. I like it in red. It looks better in red. It looks better in red. There we go. Alright. This little, the Toyota's first production sports car. Very, 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 very small, very sensible, but still, it's got a little bit of pep in its step. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a limited slip differential. Had a 5-year production run from 1965 through 1969. Nice, with just over 3,000 cars sold total. And believe it or not, a very, very small amount was sold to the United States. Not a whole lot, but a very small select amount. Around 40 left-hand drive units was sent to the States, but not too many dealers really sold many. Although they were genuinely just too small in the era of the land yachts. But those 40 left-hand units are like especially rare, especially valuable today. But yeah, it had an air-cooled flat twin, around 44 horsepower. 2 carbs, so 1 carb per cylinder. And definitely an upgrade over the vehicle, the engine is originally from the Publica, which only had 28 horsepower. This was much more souped up. Had a top speed of just shy of 100 miles an hour. And 0 to 60 in, yes, around 17 seconds. So not particularly quick. But it was lightweight, it was nimble, and it was among one of Japan's first ever sports cars. Very, very, kind of experimental, designed to test the waters. And despite it being a sports car, it got a very high fuel economy, around 40 miles to the gallon, estimated in real conditions, combined, city and highway. Which is really good, just due to the fact that it had such a lightweight chassis and a fairly, robust, small displacement engine. It's a box. It's a flat twin, and you can kind of even hear, the kind of boxer burble here. Despite the fact that it wasn't exactly setting the performance figures alight, though, it did have some level of racing pedigree. In the 1967 Fuji 24-hour race, a Toyota Sports 800 finished third, mainly due to the fact that its reliability and fuel efficiency allowed it to really punch above its weight class. Oh gosh, understeer. Alright, I gotta adjust the front toe a little bit more, I think. I'm not getting a whole lot of turn-in. That's just the nature of the vehicle being that lightweight. I'm not gonna be able to get a whole lot of weight over the front wheels to get them to bite. Combined with the fact that it is, a vehicle from the 60s. So we are on 1960s tires. Oh, it sounds so good. It almost sounds like an older, air-cooled motorcycle, kind of like a Harley, in a way, a little bit. It's kind of got that almost V-twin sounding motor. I know it's a flat twin, but it sounds very V-twinny, very almost like Harley Davidson-esque. Oh, that sounds so good. Honestly, I love the Ono Sports 800. It'd be hard to get parts in the States, though. It's a downside of owning such rare and older vehicles. You need to kind of work directly with Toyota in order to kind of preserve it and everything. Such a heritage machine. Its main big rival at the time was the Honda Sports 800. And while the Toyota, the Honda S800, both 800cc, lightweight two-seater open-top cars. Toyota was mostly designed around reliability and practicality, though, whereas the Sports 800 was, a testament of the Honda's technical development. The S800 was a little bit more active in racing, as Honda was able to focus almost all of its efforts on that, where alongside their F1 racing, but especially domestically, they were able to focus more so on the S800. Whereas the Toyota Sports 800, it was competing for attention between it, the 2000 GT, and also the Toyota's foray into Group 7 racing with the Toyota 7. So that made things a little bit tricky with the they made it a little kind of very easy to forget as well. With this engine, the 2UB, despite having half the number of cylinders and less displacement than the VW Beetle's 4-cylinder 1.2 liter engine, it still made almost the exact amount of power. And that was mainly due to the fact that I had 2 carburetors as well as a higher compression ratio, much higher, around 9-to-1 on the 2UB, whereas the Beetle had around 7-to-1, which allowed it a little bit more power. But yeah, it was very nice. It was designed by Tetsuo Hasegawa, who had a background in aviation. So this has a little bit of a tie-in to airplanes as well, which is really cool. Honestly, it's got a decent amount of pep in its step. Oh, I just absolutely love this car, man. Oh gosh, alright, we're getting swallowed up by cars that are much faster than us, though. Come on, down the inside. There we go. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff. That's what I missed. I was on the phone. We have swapped from the Nissan Z to the Toyota Sports 800, as we had gotten the Nissan Z up to level 10. So now we are in the final sporty car for this page of our book. And we are working out to get this up to level 10. And basically how the vehicle levels work is the more races you do, and the better you finish and the longer, like the cleaner you drive in those races, you earn points. And those points are used to level up your vehicle. You can level up in 3 different spots, and it levels up in this specific order. Weight reduction, tires, and then power. And basically, each level increases. For example, like you go from level 1 to level 2, you reduce the weight. Level 2 to level 3, you get a tire upgrade. Level 3 to level 4, you get power. And it goes all the way up to level 10, where the vehicle is maxed out. And what that does is allows you to punch further above your weight, as that doesn't affect this game's odds system. And the odds system basically shows you, it's like a risk versus reward system. If you enter harder races, you get more rewards and better rewards as well, more and better rewards. But obviously those races are going to be a lot harder, and you need to finish in the top 4 to actually earn any rewards for that race, for your ranking. So it's basically a balance act between picking races you know you can be competitive in, and also picking races that'll give you that'll be difficult enough for you to get high amount of points. Welcome JB, welcome Red Phoenix. Daframeu Zakatar Z. I know, it's a beautiful vehicle. Il Monstro. One of their last front engine rear wheel drive cars for a very long time as well. It was designed kind of as like the last hurrah to the front engine rear wheel drive platform. Very rare as well. Not everyone liked the design of it. Some people kind of thought it was very ugly. But I like it, actually. I really like the look of it. Use my non-car friends with the engine layouts. Yeah, inline VE, VR, rotary, boxer, flats. All the different options. W. Bonk. Alright, that's a little bit of a love tap. But you know, it is really fun, because it basically results in you, instead of like in the Gran Turismo or like Forza games, where you try to get basically the fastest possible vehicle for any specific event, this instead gives you random events that are fit categories your vehicle can fit into, and you pick the hardest one you know you can actually be competitive in. I slightly bit off a little bit more than I can chew here, but I'm still going to finish the race, because regardless of where I finish, I will still get points for upgrading my vehicle, so long as I finish. Nah, MRFR, FFR. Oh, okay. That type of engine oil. Okay. Fair. One of the other really cool things about how this game operates with the especially the performance in the oh gosh, understeer. All right, I gotta adjust toe. I totally forgot to do that last time. Is the engine will actually change notes, and you get additional like sounds like straight cut gears or like racing brakes. You kind of hear that as well as you get like different upgrades with different levels. Today's the day I'm in the Indy Championship of Gran Turismo. The Formula Gran Turismo Championship. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, so that's enough for a level up, thankfully. If just barely. So we get some grippier boys. Yeah, no ranking points though, so our ranking is gonna decrease just a little bit. And that is gonna be a little bit trouble. Alright, I'm gonna adjust a few settings here. Mainly toe. And I'm gonna do some slightly more negative camber on the front. I want just a little bit more turn in on entry. But you can see here, like, because we're in such a slow car, a lot of these races are very, the odds are stacked against us. Now we got the convertible race we can do here. Yeah, Smart 4.2, Cappuccino, 200cc, 206, and the Mazda Miata. Yeah, we can definitely have a shot at that one. Victoria Garden is a little bit of a challenge for low power vehicles like this, as you have a long, straight, and heavy acceleration sections. But we can make it work. The RX of the mid-engine. I mean, in every article I've seen, it's more so been described as like front mid-engined, engine behind the front axle, but ahead of the driver. So we're looking at Mercedes on the road. Ooh, okay. Any additional details on that? Any pictures? Very cool, you got a chance to see it though. Hey, you're not trying to be mean, but how do you pronounce it? All good. The first name is Isaac, kind of like the standard Isaac name. And the second one is Umbras, like penumbra or umbral, basically shadow in Latin. And essentially, if you kind of take the rough kind of translation and origins of the names, it basically is he who laughs from the shadows. Which sounds really cringe in retrospect, but it was one of my first D&D characters that I named myself after. Oh, Adachi. Oh, okay, that one. Yeah. Duh. Yeah, Adachi is how you pronounce his name. Like the character from Persona. No, good. Always good to ask, you know, especially if you don't know. Trust me, I don't Nihongo. I cannot read kanji for the life of me. Mabatsu penumbra. Well, I mean, the penumbra is a part of an actual. I'm trying to remember. I believe the penumbra is the actual like scientific term for like part of like an eclipse. You have the umbra, the penumbra, and I believe the corona as well. Is the three parts of the of an eclipse. So since it's based off of the Mitsubishi eclipse, you know, Mabatsu penumbra. That's a clever name. About my Batsu monstrosity. Oh, that one is so cool in GTA 5. It's based off of the Mitsubishi Pajero. Is it Pajero or Pajero? Is it a hard J or a soft J? Because I know it's kind of more of like a South American and Spanish word, and actually kind of be changed to the Montero in a lot of Spanish-speaking markets because I believe Pajero is like a slang term for like essentially the Spanish or the Latino version of wanker. Whoops. One who gives himself much self-love. Was a modern-looking sedan with an Aston Martin style grille in the front. So it's a sedan, modern, Aston Martin style grille. May have been a C-Class then? I think. Oh, that's clutch. Gotta remember, I don't actually have a look back button on Enthusia. I do on Gran Turismo, but not an Enthusia. Oh, we're a little bit late on the brakes there. Nah, that allowed the smart car by. GTA 4 low front car mod has a monstrosity. Nice. Honestly, that's one thing I'm excited for GTA 6 is I get to see just all the cars and car customization. Like, holy moly. Seeing EV cars from China makes me not want to have an electric car. Yeah, now you know why we kind of banned some of them from the States. Apparently, I forget what the company was. One of the company's stock absolutely plummeted after a Chinese businessman actually died in an electric car fire because the vehicle had the it caught fire, and because the electrical system got damaged, he couldn't actually like open the door. And also, no one could get the door handles to actually work because they were the electric pop-out door handles, which is unfortunate. It is very, very, very unfortunate there. But hopefully they learn from that and are able to make a safer car in the future. Because holy moly, what the actual fuck? That's my car for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily mind electric cars. It's just right now, just because, especially because I live in like a townhouse, I don't exactly have a place to like safely store and charge it. Like if someone comes along when it's charging at night and just like unplugs it from my house, like I'm kind of screwed. And I don't want to just spend 30 minutes of my time, you know, at the gas station just waiting, you know, to charge it up every like couple of days. Honestly, like the electric cars kind of work best if you actually have like a covered garage or like a carport where you're not in like, you know, public parking and everything like that. For like apartment dwellers or like townhome people, electric cars are much more difficult. Would neighbors do that? Probably not. But like, I also live by a somewhat busy road. Like, I'm not, like, in a development, per se. Like, I'm in, like, a townhouse complex that's, like, kind of right off, like, a busy road. So, like, with that, like, you know, without, like, the ability to really, you know, have that privacy and have that, like, you know, separate garage and everything, it does make it it is a risk, and it has happened. There's also been, reports, especially kind of like more down in Baltimore and everything, where people have actually like cut the charging cable in some of those vehicles. Like they've unplugged it and then cut it, just like the iPhone. Yeah. I like the concept of, you know, electric car and everything like that. It's just, I don't necessarily see it as something I'd particularly be able to get a lot of use out of. currently. I found my song on my Android phones. Alright, let's go to Tsukuba. Ooh, oh gosh. We're gonna die at Tsukuba. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Autumn Hill. Yeah, that's a better lineup, I think. That's a better lineup. Bum, bum, bum. One of the other cool things about the Toyota Sports 800 was, especially for you know, fairly early post-war Japan, a lot of the body panels were made out of aluminum. The hood, the doors, the engine lid were all made of aluminum, which helped save weight and contributed to the sporty nature, despite the comparably low power of the Sports 800. Obviously, the underlying chassis structure was still steel, which helped it, you know, maintain rigidity and everything like that. But but a lot of the body panels were all made of aluminum, which helped reduce the Sports 800's weight to around 1,300 pounds, which is very, very light, very agile, very nimble. Very, very cool. Those are fairly exotic materials all in post-war Japan, so, you know, Toyota pulled out some stops with it. There's a $1,000 car in China, but I don't know the quality. Yeah, China's a lot more lax in the regulations, which is I don't know, I got mixed feelings on that. On one hand, it does allow for cheaper vehicles, and for those who, you know, may not necessarily have like the high income and everything like that, to be able to have, you know, more modern vehicles with, you know, semi-modern amenities, or at the very least to, you know, be budget, you know, to be frugal and everything like that. But on the other hand, it does, you know, it does allow for less safe and less efficient vehicles to be put to market. Honestly, what I prefer in the United States is for the NTHS to be more of a advisory and standardization body than a full-on like regulatory body, where you can still get vehicles that the NTHS kind of deems quote-unquote unsafe and everything in the States, at least by their standards. And like, you know, like when you buy them, you know, you sign like the waiver, like acknowledging like, yeah, this vehicle NTHS has deemed it, you know, not exactly crash safe. But like, you at least then, you know, or knowing what you're getting into and making an informed purchasing decision, I think. At least in my opinion, I think that is the way to go. Hang on a second. Something just slightly froze my computer. There we go. We're good. I just want something where I don't have to deal with public transit. Yeah, I can imagine that might be a little bit of a pain in the rear. Especially with, you know, certain people in public transit probably making life hell for everyone. That's the annoying thing with public transit. Like, again, it's one of those things where I absolutely love the concept of it. And in some places, I do actively, like, use public transit and all that stuff, you know, because honestly, I hate driving in cities. But it's one of those things where it only takes, like, 1 or 2 bad actors to just completely ruin it for everyone else, you know? And that's the unfortunate thing, is you can have, you know, like 95% like good people on like the bus or whatever, but if someone is acting a fool and is being just an absolute menace to society, like that just ruins it for literally like the other like 95%, and it's really unfortunate. It'd be nice if like the people, you know, like bus drivers or like, you know, like the people that run trends had the ability to just like kick off or even like permanently ban people that act up too frequently, you know, Like you can get banned from like the grocery store, or you can get banned from like restaurants or like other establishments, you know, for, you know, if you can't, you know, behave and everything like that. Like it would be super cool if like you know, like if you genuinely like were acting like an idiot. And I mean, like, you know, genuinely, like, you know, being disruptive, not even just like disruptive, but like just full on, like, you know, actively like ruining it for everyone else, you know, vandalism, you know, threatening people, just being, you know, very, very like loud and everything like that. I guess like loud and like crass and like, you know, vulgar, I guess. You know, have like temporary, even like permanent bans for like, you know, certain services. Gotta be careful with that though, because then it could be like, it can get abused on the other ends. So it's a difficult balancing act for sure. That's why it's better to, you know, try to advocate for, you know, for more people to, you know, behave and, you know, to act properly and everything like that, you know, for the benefit of, you know, everyone else, instead of, you know, giving the authority to the you know, the companies and the government organizations that run these transit systems. It is very difficult for sure. What should we do for the next one? Ooh, we gotta race at Tsukuba. Holy moly. They are just absolutely... They are cooking us! Alright, we gotta race at Pacific Gateway. This might be a little bit tough, but I think we should be able... I think it should be, I think we might be able to, still do well. The uphill is going to be an absolute killer. But if we can survive that and get to the suburban parts of the second half of the course, we might be okay. Gosh, that MRS is fast. Surprisingly slow in the corners though. They backed out majorly there. They didn't have to, but that gives us the advantage. Come on, carry the speed. Other downside for such a low displacement engine is we gotta rev it high to keep it in the power bands. Oh, you can see like on the uphill, it is struggling. We can't even maintain highway speeds on the uphill. Oh, that is tricky. All right, we get the cut back though on the left-hander. All right, so we are maxing out at around 90 miles an hour. Nice and smooth through these corners, through the suburban section, past all these McMansions, these waterfront McMansions, into the hairpin, down into second gear. You don't really use first gear that much in the racing for the Sports 800. You kind of keep it in second gear or higher. First gear is basically just kind of like to help launch the car and get it a good launch out of the gates. Does this mean it's a car that resembled a Toyota 2000 GT? A little bit, yeah. I mean, both of them were Toyota sports cars during the you know, the early mid 60s. But pretty much like the entirety of the 60s. So I'm imagining there is a lot of shared like design philosophy of you know, both of them and everything. Although Yamaha did not do any work on the Sports 800, they had only done work on the 2000 GT, which is also a car in this game. I think we had a race against it not that long ago. But yeah, no, this is a much more compact, much more lightweight, agile sports car. It's a good car though. I absolutely love this thing. It's just so cute. It's got a cute little target top as well that can get stored in the trunk. The removable aluminum roof panel, which gave the car a sporty convertible-like feel without having the extra mechanical complexity and added weight of a full open-top convertible. I think I'm crazy, but I think the 20,000 GT is sweet. Buddy. So I will fully admit I have gone on the record quite a few times on streams. The 2000 GT is among like my top 5 favorite cars. And it is my favorite Bond car. It is my favorite James Bond car. It's a shame only 3 were made in convertibles because holy moly. Like, it looks good as a coupe. It looks genuinely good as a coupe. But the open top 2000 GT, holy moly, that looks genuinely, like, gorgeous. It is criminal that there wasn't a larger run of open top 2000 GTs. And the only reason they made the 2000 GT open top was because Sean Connery was genuinely too tall to fit into the standard closed cockpit 2000 GT. Yeah, it was, oh gosh. Was it in The Spy Who Loved Me? Hang on a sec, I gotta look up after which Bond movie it showed up in. It wasn't like, it didn't have any like gadgets or anything like that. It was one of like Bond's, what was her name? It was her car, the Japanese lady. Gosh, I can't remember. But it is kind of counted as a Bond car. Or at least a vehicle that is, you know, prominently featured in the James Bond franchise. Hang on a second, let me double check this. It was the You Only Live Twice. That was the one. Which was mostly set in Japan. And my apologies, there was only 2 of those made, not 3. And it was Aki that drove it. Okay. Played by Akiko Wakabayashi. Yeah. But yeah, that was super cool. And so far, to this day, it remains the only Japanese car to feature prominently in a Bond film, which is extra cool. No other Japanese car yet has done that. No Nissan GTRs, no Lexus LFAs, none of that. Only the 2000 GT, which is crazy. We have gotten more BMWs as Bond cars, particularly during the Brosnan films, with the Z3 M5, I think it was? M3 or M5, I forget which one. I think it might be the M5. And then the Z8. Those 3. Yeah. Ooh. We're gonna absolutely die that race. We're gonna absolutely die that race. Let's do the Toyota Cup here. Why not? Why not? We can do this. One, let's go. But yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. It's just behind us. It just branded us. Buddy, you and I are both driving priceless vehicles. Do not bump me. Alright, we gotta get around all the Toyota minivans. Let's get past the Estima hybrid. But that does have a decent amount of torque. Oh, we're getting boxed in by the vans. 3 wide. Gosh, alright, the vans can make a rolling wall now. They can go do that. We gotta try desperately to try to catch up to the GT4. We got a little bit more power. Yeah, Celica. That Celica is awesome as well. That's probably gonna be the one that ends up winning this race. We're getting Toyotas in the heart of London. Past all kinds of past all of the different landmarks. Like there's the London Eye. To be fair, I don't know the full like London landmarks. Honda Odyssey, Dinka Perennial. Aren't they like the based off of the same thing? I mean, I got the Honda Odyssey. My mom-in-law had an Odyssey for a good like decade and a half, and that thing was just like bulletproof. She was like, when it dies, I'm gonna get a new van. That thing just did not die. It was finally the rust that ended up kind of killing the, and it just kind of became a little bit unsafe to drive. So then she swapped that out. That thing lasted forever. That was great. I have an 01 Toyota Celica GT. Oh, based. Hopefully taking good care of it. They probably are. My car is a lot more boring. I drive a 16-year-old Toyota Corolla. But hey, it is my beat up old Corolla, and it served me well. Since I bought it, I have literally doubled the mileage on it. It's taken me to multiple different races, so many business trips, so many different states, so many road trips. It's taken me to the beach and back multiple times. It's taken me down to South Carolina. It's taken me all the way out to Cleveland. It's taken me way up north to Watkins Glen and the Finger Lakes. We have put some mileage on that, and we've gotten some smileage out of it. So I have a lot of respect for my old Corolla, to the point where I don't know if I want to actually like ever get rid of it, even if I end up getting like the money for like newer vehicles. I don't know. I end up developing like an attachment to like even like the most like boring cars, just because like the memories associated with like the trips and everything we've done with them. I'm trying. She needs to do paint job. Yeah, the early 2000s Japanese car paint peel. Let me guess, along the roof, the trunk, and maybe a little bit along the hood, especially around like the front hood vent. Probably. And if yours has the sunroof, probably right around the sunroof as well. How did I know? I have known people with both the SS1 and the SS2 Celicas, and it never fails. Like it's always like right around the sunroof, like the rear spoiler if it has one on the trunk lid, and like the hood, like especially like right around like the hood scoop, or like the air vent on the hood. It's just, I guess it's just where like the sun like shines the most intensely. And so with that, it is, you know, Like that's where it gets like the most UV damage, I think, because I think that was the issue, is the clear coat wasn't thick enough to prevent the any UV damage to the paint. This happened with a lot of Japanese cars during that time period, like the Honda Civics especially, and even some of the Integras. Like and pretty much especially like any Japanese car with like the sunroof, the paint was like always peeling right by the sunroof, and it just that was like the worst. That was the absolute worst. Oh boy! All right, we got some spicy vehicles, some spicy races. That's not too spicy. We can probably handle that. I think. Maybe. Two, one, let's roll. I also have a rubber bumper on it. Definitely needs a new paint job. Keep forgetting my car is. Yeah, seeing it kind of like scraping on stuff and everything. Yeah, especially if you live in an area with lots of like speed bumps and everything like that. Speed bumps are the worst with you in like a sporty car, because you're like, oh yeah, I can make it over, and you then you hear the and you're like, ah shit, I scraped the bumper. No. Speed bumps are the absolute worst. Or if not the speed bumps, like a lot of times like the driveways, especially for like older homes, you can tell they were made in during an era where cars were like higher up off of the ground and everything. Because like some of the modern vehicles, like especially modern like, you know, cars, you exit someone's driveway out of like, especially like it's an older house, and like, you're trying to like angle it to get like the least amount of like overhang and everything like that, and it's still, and you're like, oh, your soul just leaves your body when that happens. Heck, at my my grandmom-in-law's place, it's got a really steep driveway, like way super steep. And I gotta take my Corolla instead of my wife's Corolla, because my Corolla is a bit higher off the ground. My Corolla I'm able to get out of the driveway without it scraping. Hers, every time when you take her vehicle up, I have backed out of the driveway, I have gone forwards out of the driveway, I have tried to go sideways out of the driveway. It scrapes every time. To the point where genuinely, like, part of the front bumper, I need to get, I mean, to be fair, I probably need to get both vehicles repainted, but especially hers, since hers is newer. Like, the front bumper is just, like, it's not, like, collision mangled, but it is absolutely scraped the hell up mangled. And so I should probably get that repainted. A little bit of, like, Bondo bodywork, you know, sanding and repainting. Just to help preserve that one. That one's much newer. That one's only about 6 or 7 years old, I think. I'm trying to remember the exact model year of that one. I think it's 7 years old. I think it might be a 2018 one. Either way, it's still, you know, new enough that I wanna try to preserve it as much as I can. That being said, though, outside of like the bodywork, like both vehicles are maintained as meticulously as possible. Like I make sure like I am like up to date or even ahead of schedule and like the maintenance and everything like that. You know, I'm making sure all the fluids are topped off. I'm making sure like, you know, the systems get flushed and everything at a certain amount of like mileage or time and all that stuff. I'm very anal about that. But hey, you know, it's things that, you know, it's multiple 1,000 pounds of metal and plastic and other components that we entrust to safely take us to work, to you know, to you know, to out to eat on road trips and everything at speeds that even, you know, a century and a half ago would have been considered, you know, almost unthought of. Like, it is crazy. Oh gosh, we are bouncing off the rev limiter here. There we go. Alright, so yeah, Bergenschlucht probably wasn't the best place to take a vehicle with such low top speed. But it is still fun though. Like, we are doing fairly well. We got a solid second place pretty much in the bag as we kind of work our way through the nimble, tight, technical sections. And this might be the race so we get to level this up to level 10. Our first race was in Bergenschlucht, and our last race on the Sports 800 was Bergenschlucht. And with any luck, we get to have another Japanese car next, as we move on to a new catalog of 6 vehicles. So we will let the random number generator decide which vehicle we pick. There we go. Across the line. There we go. There's the level up. Is this enough? Yes, it is. Level 10. Perfect. That is another vehicle complete. And thankfully our ranking has not decreased too much. We gotta be careful though, because as soon as that RS event goes away, that our ranking is gonna plummet. So we gotta be ready for that. So let's do this. Alright, we got 6 vehicles here. So let's pull up the random number generator. Let's pull up the random number generator. Hang on a second. Oop. This up here. Where's display capture? There you are. So if it is a 1, we will be taking the Civic. If it is a 6, we'll be taking the BMW 2002 Turbo, and any number in between correlates to any car in between. We're going with a 2. All right. So that is the R34 Nissan Skyline. Welcome, Primer Ice Tea. Good morning. Good evening. Welcome. Yes. Aw. And what better color to get it in than the Bayside Blue Metallic? That is just iconic. Absolutely iconic. And with any luck, we may be able to get the forward drive event with this. Welcome, Sakura. Midterm sucks, lol. Yeah, I can imagine. Is this college midterm? I think we've asked this before. Is this college midterms or is this high school midterms? I believe it's college midterms. I think it's college midterms. Oh man. Oh. Decent GTR R30. Yeah, the blue fit's so good. College midterms. Nice. Have fun with that one, buddy. Ooh, we got a Thanksgiving race. Alright. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Yeah, let's do this one. We'll do the Thanksgiving race. This will give us a little bit of an extra bump. College midterms. fun. I might go long on this one. That way we can actually get the M1 Pro car. I might do that. Just because this is probably the best vehicle. The best vehicle to tackle that in, I think. Like we got the overall performance here. Like even stock, like it's got some crazy high performance version. And this is the ultra limited final edition of the R34. The V-Spec 2 Nürburgring edition. This one has all the bells and whistles. Produced for basically only half of a year in 2002. And it was just the absolute swan song of the R34 lineup. Featuring upgrades from Nissan's N1 Motorswap program. Only about a little over 1,000 units were built between the two variants. You had the V-Spec, which is performance oriented, and then you had the M-Spec, which was rarer, which was had softer suspension that was specifically tuned for the Nordschleife. Back to the R34's had individual throttle bodies. This is crazy. I know, individual throttle bodies with the turbo system. The twin turbo system, I believe, right? Yeah, twin turbo, 2.6 liter, inline 6, the RB26 DETT. Absolutely iconic engine. You're not quite getting the tuned RB sound currently with the stock. But it definitely sounds like an inline 6. Definitely not bad. Once you get it to a higher level or two, it will definitely sound kind of closer to, like, you know, the RB we kind of know and love from a lot of like the racing media. But yeah, individual throttle bodies, twin turbocharged, making 276 horsepower. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Totally trust me, bro. 4-wheel steering with the Tesla. Is it the Tesla system that's a 4-wheel steering? I think so. 4-wheel drive, crazy aerodynamic upgrades, including rear vents on the hood for better engine cooling. It is just absolutely peak. This thing is an absolute beast, and this one as well was specially tuned for improved turbo response and improved throttle response as well. So it's got an aggressive throttle mapping for that instantaneous power delivery. It is a full, you know, race car for the road type of styling. It is a beast. Now let's make sure we absolutely decimate the competition. Race in and race out with this. We started with a Nissan, we moved to a Toyota, and now we're back with the Nissan. Man, this thing, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, alright, a little bit of a love tap with the wall. Slightly more of a love tap with the wall. Stop doing that, Isaac. Stop doing that. Alright, gotta be careful here. This is gonna be a slightly longer race, but I'm gonna try to hold on to the Skyline for a little bit, because I want to get that M1 Pro car, actually. And this may actually be the last potential chance to get it before we really kind of, you know, have to go back to a vehicle later on. I don't necessarily want to do that either. So it's probably better to hang on to the Skyline for a little bit. Plus with this speed and performance, like we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna absolutely have some fun. Like we're doing sub 2-minute lap times on Pacific Gateway in the stock R34. Like once we get some additional levels into this thing, it is going to be an absolute beast of a machine. Nice and smooth. Yeah, this thing, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, man. And soon we will be able to import these ones specifically as well. 2 more years. 2 more years and then a 25-year rule. So we will be able to import the final edition of the Nissan Skylines. You'll see them at like the premium car shows and everything like that, as they are now worth, you know, big money. Big money. But yeah. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Oh, okay. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Gotta be just a little careful. There we go. Nice and lively. Alright, down through the gears. I think second gear might be too low a gear for a lot of this, but I'm not sure. Holy moly, I was expecting a little bit more of a competition though. Normally the vehicles in the RS races are at a nearly maximum level of tune. So the fact that we are dominating them this much in a stock GTR, this goes to show just how quick this thing is. And it is gonna be fun. Not that many are gonna be able to compete with that. Pretty weird thing in my schedule of playthrough schedule 1. What's weird about it, Ford Shelby GT? Go down to Naples, Florida. There's a place called CS Sports. All they sell are the JDM imported cars, GTRs, Supras, RX-7s, anything you want. Ooh, nice. I know there's a place just south of Baltimore that does something similar, kind of like in between Baltimore and DC. Here in Maryland, they kind of specialize in a lot of like the Japanese imports. The main things you see here though are a lot of like the imported engine swaps, a lot of the JDM spec like B series and K series engines getting sent in, and they do a lot of like work on like different cars and everything. But yeah, it's super cool. Like I think just recently they got stock in of a Honda Beat, which absolutely jealous of. I just like tiny, like sporty, fun cars. Like I want that. I absolutely want that. Alright, easy, down through the gears, down in the second gear. Ben's Cartel never attack my dealer, Benji. Ha! Interesting. If only they're affordable, I know. It's the cappuccino. Yeah, the Suzuki, like the ABCs of the Japanese K cars, I absolutely love those things. The Beats, the cappuccino, the AZU one. It just all became a cult classic and expensively yeah. Even in the States, you're looking at, you know, 15-ish grand for a decent condition cappuccino, and close to like 25 grand for like an AZ1 in my neck of the woods last time I saw one. So yeah, it is crazy. Holy moly, nice. Sorry, it's the Tesla is the four-wheel drive system. It's the Super Hikas four-wheel steering. is the full steering. But we got both ventilated discs up front. Sorry, ventilated discs front and rear. Pretty sure that the Benz can tell they don't realize when I first hired you. That's possible too. Unless he's undercover and secretly working for the Benzi's cartel. I mean, that is a possibility. Oh, we got the Nürburgring Challenge. Let's get the Japanese Grand Prix. Mark for Super Sick. It is. Like a lot of like 90s and 2000s Japanese cars, it just looks good. I don't think so. Yeah, I might be just paranoid. I might be just paranoid. Ooh, okay, we got a roof. Okay, this may actually be... This may actually be tricky. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, the roof and the Dower EB110 ahead. Both of those gonna be really tricky. I think I can get a good... I think I can be fairly competitive against the rest of the vehicles here. But both of those two are gonna be a little bit tricky. I mean, we got two basically German high-performance machines absolutely duking it out. Ooh. Yeah, the four-wheel drive just does so well at Tsukuba. It is just absolutely amazing. Down in the second gear. I love Tsukuba though. It is one of my favorite tracks. Just an adorable little track. When I was younger, I didn't quite like it as much. So I'm like, oh, it's a flat track with a bunch of hairpins. But like now, I kind of appreciate it. I have my appreciation for this track has definitely grown. Alrighty. Holy moly, this thing is an absolute beast. Like we are keeping up with what is essentially a heavily modified and upgraded Bugatti. Like that is what the Dower EB110 is. It is basically the Bugatti EB110, but even more upgraded by Dower. It's funny the Porsche was beating the Bugatti. Yeah, I mean the roof Turbo R is basically just heavily upgraded by Roof. And just very lightweight, very rapid. It's based off of the 993 Porsche, I think it's the Porsche Carrera? Maybe the Porsche 911 Turbo. I think it's the 911 Turbo that they took and updated. Oh, we can keep pace with the Dower, but we cannot... We're not gaining on it. Like lap after lap, we're like right around like the same place. So it was moving my clothes. Okay, nice. I might beat the Bugatti. I might. It's gonna be tough. Alright. Downside is it's only giving me the delta to the roof. So I can't see how close or how far the Bugatti, the Dower is ahead or ahead of us. I can only kind of estimate. Look at this speed. I know. Thankfully, this sector we're able to really gain a lot of time on the Dower. The lighter weight Nürburgring package with some carbon fiber components, lightweight aluminum suspension components, and heavy duty vented, four-wheel vented disc brakes really help us out in that section. But in the power sections, yeah, the Dower Bugatti has a good like 300 horsepower on us. Closer to 200 actually. Around 200 more horsepower. Oh boy. Come on. This is a tough one. I am pushing hard. I am pushing hard to keep with the Dower. Oh. Oh, come on. We were sniffing you. It smelled very French. It smelled like a French bratwurst. I guess it would be a German baguette. Yeah, probably more of like a German baguette. It just pulls such a gap on the straights though. Like it just takes us to Applebee's. And we don't even get the app sampler or the dollar margaritas. Oh, right. First gear for that corner. Second gear is understeery death. What type of engine was used in the Bugatti in-game? The EB110, I believe it's a V12, a standard V12. But it's either, I think it's twin turbo V12. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Someone double check that real quick. If I'm sending text and not sending. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. That might be a YouTube thing, because normally I get an alert from Stream Elements if that sent, if someone sends something that's like banned or whatever. So I apologize. I don't know. That's a YouTube thing. That is not something I can really control on my end. Right, first gear on this one. Second gear on the first turn, first gear on the second hairpin. Alright, there's a little bit of a bump. Oh, that killed our exit, Same thing I thought. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a twin turbo V12. But someone double check that for me. I know it's probably a V12 because it is a heavier vehicle. Oh, we got a lot of ground to make up now. That was a bad lap. I was thinking you should ran the Bugatti off the road. Nah, I try to race clean. Plus, also you do get penalized by the game for contact with cars, contact with walls, or going off course. You can see it down there, my Enthusia points, and the more you do that as well, the less you're able to upgrade your vehicle. I do slight contacts, but nothing major. Besides, I like putting on a good show. I like putting on a good battle, even if it means I lose. Alright, that's better. Come on. Let's see if we can't get close. It's gonna be tough. Alright, we got a good run out of that corner there. We're gonna have 3 laps at the end of this turn. And we are absolutely milking it. 3.5 liter V12 quad turbo. So not twin turbo, quad turbo. Alright, so I was close. I got the V12 right, and I got the fact that it was turbocharged right. I have the number of turbos, so. Turbo, holy moly. Damn. That is crazy. Come on. Alright, come on. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. Yeah, we are a lot closer now. This might be the lap. Yeah, you went defensive that corner. That's gonna hurt you. Oh, we're right up on you. Oh, come on! Oh, you are so close. We gotta find a way to absolutely slow it down on the hairpin. We got one more lap. The next vehicle you're gonna prepare. Oh, what's the next one you're gonna draw? Come on. You were right there. I see that. Oh, he pushes out wide. The melon. Ooh, the GTX one. The open top 4 GT we never got. Ah, such a cool vehicle as well. Oh, we couldn't quite do it. I'm sorry, chat. We got close. We got so close. but it wasn't enough. It was not enough. Alright, we got some grippy boys at least. Alright. Welcome, Blood Wolf. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, ranking. Oh boy. Dang, that was a close one. So the new Honda S2000, what do you think? Yeah, I definitely agree with Jaden. Probably around like 70,000. Looks nice though. It isn't the first Woods Horizon. It is! Which is nice. You do have that going for it at least. Alright, let's do this. Oh gosh. R34 versus oh. Yeah, we're gonna squash this poor little RX-8. But yeah, the new S2000 looks good, honestly. It's got, you can tell it's, you know, it took a lot of inspiration from the original design. I'm excited to see what they do with it. But yeah, it is probably going to be a bit on the pricey side. I see text. It may have been like earlier texts before he mentioned that. Because I'm not able to see them either. Like if he tried to post anything between the two. Oh yeah, we are. Oh, I feel so bad. We are bullying this poor little RX-8. Question: if I send someone from Technoburst to the event I talked about, is that okay? Maybe, I guess. Although right now our schedule is kind of quite full. So I'm not sure how many will be able to bite for that one. But we will have to see, especially with a lot of them doing like the MSR races, the Malaysia Sim Racing leagues, and everything else in addition to track. And then holiday is like crazy busy for me as well. Wait a minute, new Honda S2000. Yeah! Honda kind of unveiled early showcasings of what's supposed to be the next S2000. There's a YouTube video of it somewhere. I don't have the link with me right this second. But yeah. It is it's pretty cool looking, honestly. Like you can definitely see a lot of the previous S2000 in the new one as well. To the point where it almost kind of looks like a body kit, or in like the previous S2000. Yeah, he did post that on the Discord. Tell you what, I'll link that in chat in just a second. Let me finish this race, and I will link that in chat, okay? I only got a couple of corners left. Nice and smooth. This is a funny thing. I can match my AMG EVA times in Bathurst in the Porsche 992. I mean, hey, if the car clicks with you, even better. I'm trying to do this during this go. Yeah, if you do, make sure you react to the rules with like an emoji or whatever. Specifically, if you click the Miata on that, it'll give you the roles, the member role. And it's basically that way to keep bots out and everything like that. I can also link it here. Hang on a second. Ooh, there we go. Let y'all watch that. Yeah, I know our ranking has decreased just a little bit, but it's not too bad. Alright, low end searing next. Ooh, okay, we got another skyline here. This would be the way to do it. I've been talking to my girlfriend, I guess. What? Hopefully good news. That smiley face looks good. Oh gosh. All right, they're moving all over the place. She fell asleep again. Hey, look. I totally get that, you know. I totally get that EP time. Especially as it is getting colder, it's getting the fall weather. I know myself, I struggle during like fall to like winter. It is harder and harder for me to like, you know, wake up in the morning and stay awake during the day. I go into almost a hibernation mode. Especially post-surgery. And everything. It is very... I love fall, but I hate winter. I like winter up until, like, January. Like, December, Christmas time and everything. Okay, absolutely love. Yay, winter. Oh, snowflakes. Yes, Christmas lights. Yes, love going on that stuff. But, like, after that, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for spring. I do not particularly like the cold. I do not particularly like the cold weather. If like I said, I've said before, if I could move elsewhere, I'd move to like the Southwest. We were talking about her listen and boom sleep. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, especially like, you know, she's been doing a lot of work and everything like that. I might have been boring. Oh no. I am Sam. Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? Sam I am. And Santiago's getting hot today. Yeah, you're in the southern hemisphere, so you are entering spring into summer. You are getting the toasty weather. It's us in the northern hemisphere. We are rapidly approaching winter. The long sleeve shirts are coming out. The jackets are coming about. The leaves are changing color. Everything is pumpkin spice something. The Halloween decorations are out. Actually, I do like the fact that the Halloween decorations are out. That's always fun to see as well. I have bought my Halloween candy. Where on Halloween I'm not going to be dressing up, but I am going to be definitely giving out trick-or-treating candy. Honestly, I've kind of enjoyed Halloween more as an adult than as a kid, actually. I like kind of like vibing, listening to like I have like a Halloween playlist on. That's like, you know, kind of like G to PG rated, kind of like, you know, scary-ish songs. But, yeah, it's fun. You know, listen to that on like a speaker and hand out candy to kids and everything. It's fun. I like the contrast between ice cold nature and a warm home. It's like basically BDSM weather. Hey, yo. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the warm. I do like, you know, warm bed, warm hot showers in cold winter. Yeah, you got the front engine, high power, kind of boxy brick GTR, and then you got the mid-engine, the rear-engine Porsche 911 GT3. Core. Aww. Yeah, fair. Just lots and lots of Friesenlead. Pipe drop.sfx. The 992 in Bathurst is so surprisingly. You think it would make up most of its time in the mountain section and kind of struggle a little bit on a straight? But I guess not. Yeah, the lead in the pipes makes it hard for water to flow. Oh, rip. It's 279. That's not too bad. The Merc does like 281, I believe, on the Conrad straight. I'm pretty sure. So that's not too bad, all things considered. Having an argument with the cat. Go, kitty! Beat him with facts and logic. Then there's the Lexus, the Kexas. What's the GTR doing on a straight, if I may ask? It's probably doing what, like 285, I'd imagine. Something crazy. Am I winning? Are you winning? Are you winning, son? You just see a Dachi, like, debating the cat. 284. Wasn't that far off, actually? Are you winning, son? The V12 does 287, Lexus does 293! What the fuck? Dude, okay. Damn. Damn. That is... Wow. Alright, let's do the Nürburgring challenge. Let's take the Nürburgring edition. On the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Yes. We got the reinforced cylinder block with the thicker cylinder walls and the improved and revised cooling channels. This is the N1 spec RB26 DETT engine. Oh, you can already hear the turbo blow off now with the engine upgrade. But it struggles a lot in the mountain section. Yeah, that makes sense. The Lexus does not really handle like tight twisties all that well. That's why I like the Merc. The Merc is like really good all around. Like it's not particularly like the best at any one section at Bathurst, but like you can consistently do well on pretty much every single section on the track. And like it feels like the most kind of complete, the good all-rounder car, like picking Mario in the Smash Brothers. The rider is 290, true, but the rider also dies in the mountain. Cat's on my bed. Steal it back, steal it back. Yoink the cat, yoink the cat, and then cuddle the cat. Put the cat in your lap again and give the cat a hug. Tell your kitty that it is a good kitty, and that it is a loved kitty, that it is a precious bean. GT's crap on the Conrad strip. I'm thinking probably what, like 300, 310, 305 probably. clean my bed in like 1 minute. Oh, rip. 299. Oh, just one more. Put it in a suck with another AMG. That's when you noped out. Nah, don't nope out. Get it to 300. You can do it. Come on, you're almost being beat by the Kexus. But the fact that a GT3 can do that with all the aero bits and everything, that is still impressive. Like I am genuinely worried about the Lexuses for Paul Ricard in a little over a week now. I'm not gonna be at the Bathurst race this weekend as I got my sister's birthday is coming up. And the other straight uphill, it does 275. It does almost the same speed as the Porsche does on the shorter straight. That is terrifying. That is genuinely terrifying. You have created a monster. You have unleashed hell upon that track. What do you have to say for yourself before you were executed for war crimes and crimes against Australians? I'm listening, I'm still lost what I'm talking about. Okay, so there is an upcoming event in Assetto Corsa Competizione at Bathurst, you know, the Mount Panorama circuit, right? And, basically, they're running a couple different vehicles and everything. That's the speed they're reaching at the end of some of the straights in kilometers an hour. So the Lexus GT3 does like 293. The Mercedes does 280, 281. The Porsche 911 GT3 does like 279. That type of stuff. Well, the Mercedes AMG GT2, which is more power but less downforce, is even quicker in a straight line. And that does 299 kilometers an hour, basically 180 miles an hour, down the back straight on Bathurst. Isaac Umbras has a sister? Yes, he does. She is turning 25. And she is a good bean. She is also a good bean. She is not a kitty, but she is a good bean. The brakes I'm at about it. Yeah, it has road car. The GT2s have closer to road car brakes than race car brakes. So basically, you got crazy high power, not a whole lot of downforce, and not particularly great brakes. Basically, they are faster in a straight line than a GT3 car, but in the corners, they are considerably slower than a GT3 car. They're basically designed for like gentlemen and silver class drivers to experience higher speeds than a GT4 without going into the extreme complexity of a GT3. They are like the next stepping stone after GT4s. It is kind of weird because you're going GT4s, then GT2s, then GT3s for some drivers as like a valid path, but like still. It is tough. You mentioned having a sibling relationship. Yeah, I've mentioned her a couple times. She's my youngest sister. I took her out the hot pot this Sunday. It was her first time doing hot pot. On track, I think GT2s are faster as Monza. Actually, not true. You can get really close, but GT3s are still ever so slightly quicker. Same with Red Bull Ring. Both tracks, you get very, very close lap times, to the point where someone that's, you know, like a pro class in a GT2 could beat someone in a silver class GT3. But they are, like a pro class GT2 would lose out to a pro class GT3 on both of those tracks. Even Paul Ricard with its massive Mistral straights, the GT2s lose out too much in the corners there. Down through the gears. Nice and smooth through here. Nice and smooth through here. There we go. Can I drive and talk at the same time and be all over the road? That's a good question. Earlier, I mean, if you watch some of our early streams, it is, my driving is particularly atrocious. So I was still getting used to that. I've been doing this for about 3-ish years now, and I basically kind of pick and choose when to look over at the chat and everything like that, and I'm able to get kind of like the general gist. Well, not necessarily word for word, I'm able to get the general gist of like what people would say. And then what I do is I kind of time it to kind of expand upon what I'm talking about for a specific topic before I look over again and see like the next topic. Like I kind of was able to see a little bit of Blood with Sing with Zanvoort, with the GT2s being about, what was that, like 5-ish seconds slower? I missed my breaking point there though, but that was a skill issue, not necessarily a distraction issue. I just used the GT3 breaking point instead of a road car breaking point. Yeah, so 137.1 versus 132 or something. Yeah, so about 5 seconds faster. That's also because it's Zanvoort. Like, Zanvoort has, like, you have, like, 2 straights at Zanvoort. And, like, even in GT3 cars, you are not maxing out the top speed. It takes practice to talk and drive in game. You have to be engaged with chats, which is a lot of problem. Yeah. And even I have difficulty at some points as well. That's also why I don't really stream a lot of like the sim racing stuff, as I get kind of distracted and flustered easily with when I'm doing sim racing. I kind of have to like be in a zone. And this is a crazy MG GTX. Yeah, I saw that as well. That is genuinely crazy. Alright, the Mirage Rally. Oh gosh, we're gonna spank the Alfa Romeo. Alrighty. I don't think Nissan, when designing this car, was designing it for cross-desert rally raids. But you know what? We are here. And we're gonna try to get to, I believe it's April in game, that has the forward drive events. So even if we get to level 10, I'm gonna carry this one for a bit to get the M1 Pro car, because that is the last vehicle we need to actually unlock. And now you can only unlock it in literally one specific event. And that is a four-wheel drive only RS event in April. So we're sticking with the GTR for the time being. Basically a full power AMG Evo GT3 with extra aero and endurance. Yep, and that thing basically absolutely dominated the Bathurst track record. Does that record still stand, or did the Ford beat it? I know Ford went with something crazy as well in 1 year. With like the Supervan 4, I think it was. Ford beat it. Ah, rip. Big rip there. This is crazy. It was basically a mix-up between a GT3 and a DTM car at the time. Which is how much aero and everything it had. I have a few tenths. Oh, pain! Pain, Pecco. Absolute pain, Pecco. Nice. There we go. Easy. Easy. So the AMG GTX did a minute 56.2. Dude, that is crazy. You joined the Discord. Hey yo, Based. Welcome to the Discord. There we go. Alright. Level up. More power, baby! There we go. We need to do more RS events that way we can get some more some improved rankings. Cause right now we ain't doing too good. And we need to keep it. We need to keep it under 50. We need to keep a ranking above 50 basically. Alright, so New Year's Cup. So next one, Autumn Hill, super short laps. 992 GT beats the NSX Evo top speed wise. Yeah, the NSX Evo is probably one of the weaker ones top speed wise. It struggles a lot on high speed tracks. It pretty much makes up all of its time in like the corners, as well as being genuinely really good in the wets, despite it being a twitchy little bugger. Alright, come on, let's see if we can't put up a good fight with the Impreza. 2 forward drive beats, duking it out. Yeah, but that was before like the new wave of Evo cars. It was like among the first of the Evo cars, I believe. So it was before things like the the new V8 Vantage, the you know, the AMG Evo, the 296, the 720S, all that stuff. It was basically, you know, there was a time where it was quick, but then like the new wave of the GT3s came and just kind of trounced it a little bit. That was 1.9.1. Yeah. And even then, there was still some tracks where it just wasn't particularly good at. Oh, jeez, it's got some good speed on the straights here. The Impreza definitely punches above its weight class. Oh, you're really gonna make me go side by side into the chicane, aren't you? Downside is the sections where I am quicker, I can't get a good run to actually overtake it off the bed. See you next year? Yeah, definitely. That'll probably be Monday. Yeah, probably Monday will be the next stream. As this weekend is going to be really busy. I'm going to be away for a lot of it. Then the GT3 became the meta, and now it's one of the most balanced it's been in a while. Yeah, especially with the BOP. That is the big thing. What am I playing Monday? More Gran Turismo 3. We're gonna be attempting to finish up the JGTC Championship. We got 5 races left. 1 in Tokyo, 1 in Monaco, 1 in Rome, 1 in Grand Valley Reverse, and I've got the last one. But yeah, it is gonna be fun. So we will be doing that. Oh, the blow-off valves. They go crazy style. I think after this race, we could probably do either 1 or 2 races, I think, in-game. And then we will be trying to, next time we stream this game, we will be on the hunt for the BMW M1 Pro car, as that is in April in game. It's last race in Imola, every car in the top 10 legit has a chance of winning. Yeah. Like, it was really, really close. Like, it was entirely skill based for sure at Imola. Imola's a fairly balanced track because you got some high speed sweepers, you got, you know, bouncy curves, you got heavy braking zones, you got high speed sections. Imola is honestly a genuinely pretty good test track. And it's a great track to race on as well. What if that was mental? Yeah, that's true too. But yeah, Imola puts out some great sports car racing, especially the endurances. The sprint races aren't bad, but the endurances are absolutely killer. I think that's where Imola shines the most, is with endurance racing. Yeah, he does. Well, hopefully with the warning, he'll kind of back off a little bit. Dude even flashes me when I'm on a battle lap in qualifying, like, back off, man. Alright, give me some speed. Oh, we're gonna be lapping someone. Blue flags, flashy, flashy. Hi there, buddy. Bonk. Hey, it's literally the car we started the stream with. The Z33 Nissan Z. Alright, 4 to go. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, now that they had the split quality, I don't know if I like it or hate it. On one hand, I kind of miss being able to just, as soon as quality goes, like immediately jumping out of the pits and getting like a full 20 minutes to like really, really absolutely push. But on the other hand, I do like the fact that I usually am able to get a little bit more clear air. Although you get a lot less time to do quality per class. I don't know, mixed feelings. I think if we do this again next season, I'd advocate for 20 minutes of practice and then 30 minutes of quali. 15 minutes to one split and then 15 minutes to the other. Just to get a little bit more time to really, you know, get some clean air, get some like good quali laps in and everything. I think if I were to change one thing, I think that would be the way to do it. Gives time to eat the... Yeah, true. Gives me time to use the restroom, refill my water, stretch before the actual race. All that stuff. Gosh, it sounds so good. Yeah, so you really do not get a lot of time at Spa. It is basically 3-time laps. And that's if you, like, go immediately. You still got the out lap and everything. And with Spa, there's so many places you can, get an off track. Like, I would definitely advocate. And then for Nords, like, you basically get a lap. You get 1 lap. The Nords is large enough that you can probably do mixed class qualifying and just be smart about it, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, and everyone goes pretty much. That's kind of how it goes, I think. Anyway, yeah, we're already almost at max level, but I need to get that M1 Pro car. As that'll be the last. That'll be the last car I get. The last car we need to actually get. Then we can begin leveling up. We can then say we can have the possibility of leveling up every vehicle to level 10. I'm gonna do the final race of the night. Yeah, I'm gonna do a Nürburgring race. Oh, we got the 4 GT. We got a Viper. We got a Shelby Cobra. We got a lot of great high performance American cars here. This would be fun. I've done Nords with 100 car multi-class in race room. Didn't see a single car till Dottinger. Yeah, so you can get some clean runs then. Alright, a little bit spicy, but we're good. That was also the last one out when everyone else went out noise and I did the joke. Okay. Yeah, so that probably, allowed you, and depending what car class you were as well, that probably gave you, a lot of leeway, a lot of room. Holy moly, this thing is fast. Why don't you get some upgrades on it? Damn. The speed. You're running GT3 with the SLS. Ah, the old GT3. What other classes were there then? Nice and smooth. This is so good. So yeah, WTCR, Porsche Cups. BMW 2 Series. And 95 DTM cars. Jeez. Alright, so a lot of different classes from all kinds of different eras. from all over the globe. Alrighty then. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, too late on the brakes. Way too late on the brakes. It's a fun part on the razor. True. Just like the crazy amount of the crazy amount of the different classes you can have. You can pick the liveries for the AI cars. Based. Absolutely based. Oh gosh. Alright, there we go. The speed. Come on, last race of the night. Let's make this a good one. Let's make this a good one. Welcome, Sadi. Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. We are actually on the last race of the night right now, driving our R34 on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. We are steadily getting closer and closer to our hunt for earning our last vehicle, the M1 Pro car. And then we can technically say we have completed the competition class of cars once we get that one up to level 10. That's what ACC needs, because sometimes at the race I had to test my setups. I overtake like the driver a few times because they add some multiple. Fair. Yeah, I wish they gave you more like control over what the grid was in ACC for like AI races. I haven't really done an AI race in ACC in like forever. Like it's been, I think, over a year since I touched career mode in that. Like I've seen the Porsche, I've seen for the third time. Look, it's just 3 different teams. Oh, it's just 3 of the same team running. Like it's you know the same. It's a team of 3 cars. There we go. That's what I'm saying. Like you know, you see like the 2 red and white Porsches or the Penske Porsches. Well, this is a team running three Porsches as a privateer entry. I don't know. I mean, you play the old Gran Turismo games, and like certain race cars all have like the same livery and everything. So you're like, huh, this is a race of 3 Minolta Toyotas, all at the same number. But I mean, it's a PS2 game. You can't fault it too much. Wait, that is cool. That is cool, actually. When you turn, so you can see how the front wheels turn. You can actually see the Super Heiko system working on the rear wheels. No way! That is actually really cool that they modeled that. No way! That is cool as hell. That is cool. I was not expecting that. Cool if you could add your own liveries to the grid and pick. Yeah, true. That'd be awesome. Alright, so I think this is gonna level it up to level 10. Yep. But we still need to get that M1 Pro car. So next time we stream this game, that is what we're gonna be focusing on, getting that M1 Pro car. That'll be fun. But tonight, I'm gonna give it a rest as I am genuinely exhausted. Work and everything has been absolutely crazy. So I am gonna save the game and I'm gonna end the stream here because it is getting late. It's almost 11:30. I still have so much I need to do. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Let me know doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm doing so I can fix that in the future. With that being said, I've been Umbras, and wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is for you, may it be a great time. And I'll see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye bye. I'm sleepy. Good night, everybody.